Hello everyone, it's your Moby here and welcome back to another Call of Dragons video. In today's video, we will be discussing a complete guide for the Elite raid of the Necrogiant. Necrogiant is one of the most difficult Elite raid in the game. So we will be discussing the step-by-step procedures and what are the skills and things you should be aware of while doing the Necrogiant raid. So let's get straight to the video. Welcome back. So in today's video we will be discussing the process of capturing the Necrogiant in Elite raid, because the regular raid is much easier compared to the Necrogiant Elite raid because of one reason. If you go into the behemoth section of the if you look into the Elite raid section of the Necrogiant, you can see that as a regular capture, the skill damage factor of each attack that he is providing will be either 600. Here also 600. The shadow spear will be 600, and Tome of Infernal Secrets will be 10%. But in the case of the Elite raid, it will be shifted to 3600 for the grievous attack, as well as 3200 for the shadow spear and 30% for the Tome of Infernal Secrets. So this making very much harder for us to capture the raid. So also you know that the rewards for this Elite raid will be for all the participating members of the alliance. They will get this gem, 1200 gems, 15-60 minutes speed ups, one ascension emblem, and some resources. But for the participating members of the first alliance on the server to complete the Elite raid will receive an avatar frame, which is very good one, and Blood Oath has already captured it and got the avatar frame. So I will be covering that video for you guys. So what are the main important skills you should be aware of about the Necrogiants? If you go to the quarter section and click on the creatures and then select the behemoths and Necrogiant, you can see that there are definitely a number of skills available for the Necrogiant, but the most important 4 of them are the first 4 skills that will be in the process that we can see in the process of Elite raid of Necrogiant, and these 4 skills are the one we should be aware of, because these 4 skills will be randomly assigned while we doing the Necrogiant raid. So what are the skills? First one is the malevolence. Necrogiant summons a row of eyes of ill intent on a random side of their lair while channeling teleportation. These eyes continuously launch orbs towards the opposite sides, dealing magic skill damage to legions they touch. So what it basically says that I will show you in the real video example and will explain you. So as you can see, there is a wall, a pink color wall appeared in the game in this section. This one is the malevolence. This one is called the malevolence skill that is applied to that. During these stages, both the behemoths, both the Necrogiants will be very weak, and you shouldn't attack them at that time because you will deal direct damage a lot. But as you can see that this wall appears and it will send some rays towards us, and the thing we should do here is to avoid these rays. We can see there is a gap here right in this spot. There will be a gap in between these rays, and you should go, as you can see in the video, we are going to through that regions to avoid the damage we get in there. If you go directly towards this ray, you will deal more damage. So you should avoid this by just neglecting this rays and going through the gap we can find in that section. So that is what malevolence skill do to us, and the only thing we can do is just by avoiding the rays that was coming from the wall directly towards us. So we should go in between of these lines and get ahead of the game. The next skill we should be aware of is the barrier of withering. let's say it's barrier. Just say barrier. Barrier is the next skill we should be aware of, because Necrogiant summons revolving cross-shaped barriers in the middle of the layer while channeling teleportation. Legions that touch the barrier takes continuous magic skill damage. So what it's basically saying that I will show you another example of this skill and explain it for you. You can see right here, this one, the rotating line of ray is the one called the barrier skill, and you can see a stone appear in the sun and we can see a 4 rays applying. The thing you should do here is that you should avoid this ray of beam touching you by just moving your troops in a rotating way in this section. You can see that we are avoiding this rays by just going within that with the ray in a flow, and that makes us not affected by the rays. This is one of the best easiest skill you can cover in this game. So that is the second skill of that of the Necrogiant raid, that is the barrier of withering. This is one of the best and easiest skill you should be needing in the Elite raid, because we can complete this skill section without getting any damage, which is easier one. The third important skill is the haunting of ill intent. This skill is one of the most difficult skill in the Necrogiant raid section, because Necrogiant summons a 4-eye of ill intent in the layer while channeling teleportation, launching orbs in random direction. Legions stuck by the orb take magic skill damage. So what it basically says is that during this skill section, the Necrogiant will summon a ball. You can see that ball in his hands. This ball will be summoned, and randomly it will be traveling throughout this layer, and the troops which will be hit by these orbs get get a lot of magic skill damage, and you will lose members during this raid. So I will show you with a live example right here now. As you can see in this video, this is the one I am talking about. You can see that many orb-like structures, or spherical structures will appear in the layer, and it will be moving throughout. You can see that when the troops hit this, when the troops hit this orb, you will get 11,000 direct magic damage factor, magic skill damage, and that will lose your troops. So what you should do is just avoid this by staying in the center and moving right and left in between the orbs, making it hard and difficult for them easily get you more skill. So that was the third skill, that is more difficult one. The fourth important skill is the dark fire. Dark fire covers the Necrogiant layer while channeling teleportation, dealing continuous magic skill damage to legions touched. Meanwhile, Necrogiants and Stone Giant create circular twisting seals around the target. Legions inside them are immune to dark fire damage. So what this basically says, I will give you with the example that one more. So this one right here is the last skill, that is the dark fire. The Necrogiant creates two round structures that will be acting region that is not affected by their skills, and you can see the all other region will be a purple based color, which will give you many damage factors and many damage to the troops. But what you have to do, wherever you are, just try to be inside the circle as much as possible and move along with the circle to the next region like this, and in between you can see the region comes closer to each other. You don't want to shift anywhere and get inside this, these troops are getting damage because they are staying in that purple colored area and getting more damage. So what you should do is keep going along with that circle region, so that you won't get any much more any damage to that from that. That's the fourth and final skill section of the Necrogiant. So these were the 4 skills that is mainly you can see in this Necrogiant Elite Raid. But these 4 skills will be randomly assigned in your stage based on I don't know what it is, because you can see sometimes only this Barrier of Withering and Haunting will be appearing. Some stages only Malevolence and Barrier will be appearing. This is just random cases. So you should be ready for all these 4 skills to appear in your layer, and you should be ready to dodge and move away from these types of skills and win the Necrogiant raid. So that's all about the skill section, and you can see that in all the skill sections it is saying that Necrogiants you can see that in all the skill section they are saying that they will be channeling teleportation. What does this mean? What this means is that whenever a skill is applied, the giant and the Necrogiant appearing in the Necrogiant layer will randomly shift their sides randomly and making it more tactical way, because when archers are targeting the Necrogiant and giant is dodged by the other, I mean infantry teams to the one side, when a skill is applied, these two will shift the sides and make it uncomfortable and make the other troops have to shift the same side to get the Necrogiant again attacking. So this makes it more complicated in the process, and that's why we suggest keep looking your Necrogiant before attacking, because you can say they will be shifting the channels after the skill section. The next thing you should be focusing before the start of the Necrogiant raid, you should only be sending archer marchers to the lair, because archer marchers is the one you should be using to give more damage to the Necrogiant during the Elite raid. The another troop you should be using will be an infantry or either a cavalry troop, just to dodge, just to make this giant away from the Necro. Because in this Elite raid section there's a problem that if these two giants come together closer, then it will deal more damage to the troops inside this layer, making it making it more stronger, and you can't give more damage to these two when they are closer. So it is essential to keep these two separated in the layer, just like this, and by just using an infantry march or a cavalry or a magic march to dodge to move away from them, to move away the giant from the Necrogiant. So that is the another process you should be aware of. Now let's see how we captured the Necrogiant in this video. So as you can see, the giant is kept away from the Necrogiant, and we are dealing archers. Our archers are giving more damage to the Necro rather than, and here we are yes, the barrier appeared and we are moving along with the barrier to avoid the damage. As some people are getting damage here, you can see that 2269 is damage is getting because they are trapped in between the barrier. So you can see we are moving along with the barrier to avoid the damage we should get. During these stages you can see this Necrogiant is appearing here and giant is here. You can, after the skill, they will be shifting sides, as you can see. Look at here, the skill is going to close and these two will be shifting both of their sides. Now look at here, the Necro appeared here and the giant shifted sides to here. So what we did is that the one who is dodging appeared here and kept the giant away from Necro, and archers moved towards the Necro and started attacking. You can see a healing rune appear here. Healing is also essential in this section, because whenever your troops are low, whenever your troops are more of low, you should use healing stones, because healing stones make it easier for you to stay longer in the game. But right now we are not using it because that this time, okay, you can see the next skill has applied. The ball has appeared and everyone is trying to get inside the ball. We are getting more damage because some people are outside some people are along the purple area and getting more damage. So we are shifting along the way because we know that they are going to shift the sides as soon as possible. So we are getting the marchers to that left side and the infantry sections to the right side to get to separate them away from each other. Whenever we reach this section, we start attacking them because even though invulnerable, yes. Now our focus is to get this healing rune because many of our troops are partially low in power. Health, so we collect the room. Look at that, 35,200 of healing is done just because we get dot runes. And also try to use all your artifacts whenever you have the chance, because that is very essential in getting the damage to the necrogiants. You can see that we are giving more damage. The next skill is going to appear. The dark fire is coming again. So we got, you can see that we got 2 dark fires instead of other skills. That is, I already said you 4 type of skills are there, but we only get 2 skills right now. That's why it becomes so much easier for them. We already tried 3 or 4 times, but we got different skills, and this time we got 2 dark fires and 1 barrier. As you can see, we move along with the circle and reach the right side of the section, and we are planning to get the healing rune, but the problem is that many are trying to get the healing rune, but the circle is not out. Circle is not over yet. Yes, now we got healed again, and we started attacking the necro instantly after that. As you can see, we are giving more damage now. You can see these 2 commanders is trying to move the giant away from this. You can see a targeted region here, which is cool and MP. You can see we are giving more damage to the necro now because they are so weak now, and archers will definitely give you more damage than mages because they are in. Look again, we got another dark fire again. We got totally 3 dark fire and 1 barrier, and we are going to we are almost near in completing the necrogiant right now. So we are going along with the circle. You should be doing this in your elite if you want to win this elite raid. The mechanism is simple, but the problem is that many people don't listen to the commands the command officers saying. But here we can see that we tried harder and try to keep always in that circle to keep away from the damage. You can see that we try to collect the rune again, and we are going to give more damage now to the necro instantly. We completely used archer commanders because there was T5 and T4 troops as well, but we completely tried to use more T5 so that we get more damage at time. You can see that we are just so much near to that necrogiant being defeated. Only 300 left, 300k left more. Okay, another barrier appeared. So you can see that we got about 3 dark fire and 2 barriers right now, and it becomes us for much easier to defeat the necrogiant as soon as possible, because you can see that the troops are moving along the way. Wherever you are, just try to move along with the barrier so that you don't kept in between the line. We have a healing rune appearing in, but we will not be collecting it because we need to complete it as much as possible, because you can see that it is already 5 minutes 55 seconds right now, and we need to complete before 6:20 to get the elite red frame, because we will be the first one capturing it. So you can see that we completely giving the, we are just near to that in completing the necrogiant elite red, and that's it. We captured the necrogiant. Yes, finally that is how we captured the elite red in total. So that's all for today's video. I hope you found this video very helpful. If you have any doubt regarding this necrogiant or any other content related to Call of Dragons, please let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to hit the like button and also the notification bell. Along with, please subscribe to my channel for more Call of Dragons, and I will be seeing you later with another video. Bye bye.